Okay. Okay. Cool. Every time I move, it's going to do that. Hi everyone, it's been a while, been a little bit more than a while, but welcome or welcome back. My name is Layla. I am the divine femme wall, y'all. I stuck with this name this long because I haven't put a lot into this yet, but we're gonna keep that name for now. So today I'm gonna be doing I'm sorry, it's been a while, so I'm like a little bit whatever, but I don't know why this is so weird for me to do because I'm used to doing readings, but you know, getting out of our comfort zone, maybe that's like a theme that we're gonna be talking about. Let me start over. Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Layla, the Divine Femme Wall, y'all. It's been a while, it's been a minute, but today I decided it would be an interesting time while I have COVID and I'm home bored, to do a collective reading for all of us, because you know, who can't use a little guidance at any point in their lives? Am I right? Okay. So today's reading will be focusing on what's transforming in your life for the better, or just in general for you. Because you know, everything is for the better. Yeah. So this deck is actually not a tarot deck or an oracle deck. It is the self-reflection edition cards. I think it's supposed to be a game, but it's by We're Not Really Strangers. They have a lot of really nice little decks like this, but this one I like particularly because it's all about self-reflection, like it says. It does have a lot of different prompts in here, and I think starting the reading off with this would help us get an idea of what our zone is. We got the wild card. There's a couple cards in here, I forget how many, but there's obviously most of them are white, some are red, some of them are wild cards. This one is one. So it says, what are 3 things I love about myself today? Write them out. So I already can tell that the theme of this is going to be self-love. You know, with Valentine's Day just passing, the holidays, and you know, all the hecticness that is the fall and the winter seasons, I love this time of year, particularly the end of summer into fall, and then the end of winter into spring. I feel like this is when energies are mostly subdued, if that's the right way to say that. It's like when everything gets comfortable and in its place and settles, that it now starts to thrive, you know? Except for this time of year, it's all about rebirth and growth and everything. With the spring, you know, animals that are in torpor, or torpor, I forgot to say it, where they're hibernating for months on end and just, you know, vibing. Now they wake up and they're like, okay, it's time to live. You know, living is a verb. Like, it's, you know, life is a verb. I think about that a lot. It's all about, you know, not so much doing as it is just being. You know, it's so important for us to be grateful about every little thing that we can find, because otherwise we'll be focused on everything that we are not satisfied with. And I feel like in a hectic society like the US has, where we are constantly consuming and, you know, absorbing information, you are what you eat, whether you don't want to be or not. You are what you do intake. And I think the main point of today's reading is going to be balancing that give and take that you have with yourself and the outside world. So let's get into it. So this deck I have is the Japarides. No, yeah, Japarides. I'm definitely saying it wrong. I'm so sorry. Pinito Japarides. Yeah, this is the deck, and it's really cute. It's really pretty. I barely use it, so I'm using it more often now. I have like 40 decks, because this is what I do. I like to intuitively give myself advice and other people. And, you don't have to believe in it or not. It is what it is. And either way, you can take different information from each card, whether you're just randomly shuffling it or literally picking it up like this. Like, there's messages in everything, and everything connects whether we want it to or not. It just is what it is. So whether you find that wholeness, that oneness in, the individualism, that would be like, the capitalist, like grind and hustle, focusing on money to get by, to produce wealth for my future generations. That's some people's idea of what makes them content spiritually, emotionally, physically. Other people find that satisfaction in the material things that come right from the earth, material itself, grounding exercises. There's different ways people choose to represent love with themselves. For me, like everybody, I think it does vary, but I think love languages do help. Mine is quality time, so I like to spend time, or at least like reach out to other people I do care about to let them know I am thinking about them, because time is the most valuable thing we do have, and people like to say time is money. No, money is money. Time is energy, and energy cannot be created or destroyed, but there's always tomorrow until there isn't, And what has already been done yesterday can't be redone, even if you did the exact same thing today, I think it's important to look at things from a perspective of wholeness and, is esoteric the word? I guess, eclectically. So taking different things from different places that seem to correlate all together. From a bigger picture, which is, in this case, tarot. 78 cards represent 78 different, ideas that can all be like letters that form a sentence that form a whole story. And everybody's story is different. Everybody's path is different. Everybody's journey is different. Whether you're a Virgo, you're a Capricorn, whether you're a Sag like me. You have your own unique blueprint, DNA, energy, and astrological chart that correlates to who you are. And with tarot, we get fun little pictures to help pinpoint different things going on in different people's lives, such as the collective as a whole right now, meaning humanity and everybody included in that, meaning the bacteria that live on your eyeballs, everything included in that thing that is humanity, because humanity isn't just me and you. It's how we live. It's society as a whole. It's the stars in the sky. It's the dirt in the ground. It's the abiotic and biotic features that make us who we are. The reason my skin is brown, because melanin, where my ancestors lived, was necessary for them to live there. Different things like that. It all correlates. Everything has a reason why it is the way it is. So with this deck, we're going to actually be focusing on the prompt. So what are 3 things I love about myself today? So that's just something for you to think about. I'm not going to go ahead and put mine out there because it's just like, this is a collective reading. But I think as a whole, I think it's important that we do recognize self-love doesn't always look like, for example, self-love could be calling out when you're overworked, or it can be going in for extra shifts when you know you're not working enough. Self-love could also be staying in and eating a home-cooked meal, staying in and watching a movie. Self-love could be going out with friends that you don't see often. Self-love looks different to other people in different ways. But I think as a whole, we all agree that there is a fine line between loving oneself and fueling the ego. So I do see that right away with the 9 of Tides reverse. This is how it looks upright. This is supposed to be the Nine of Cups. In this deck, it's Nine of Tides and it's reversed. Upright, it's supposed to be self-fulfillment. It's all about doing what you need to do to make yourself feel good. Reversed, it can be seen as a negative, what's the word? Just not great. Self-indulgent, greedy, that type of thing. Ace of Tides would be the Ace of Cups reversed. Ace of Cups upright. And then the Ace of Gardens would be the Ace of Pentacles, and it did come out reversed. So we have 2 reversals and 1 upright so far. I'm going to stick with those 3 cards for now. In the middle of the deck energy, we have the 8 of Swords, which is about being mentally trapped by your own mind. It's like think about a thought loop. If you've ever had experience where you're stuck on a thought and repetitively can't get out of that, that's like an 8 of Swords moment. The Justice card, as above, so below. Karma, dharma, all of that. And then the 3 of Cups would be the front of the deck energy. So based off of these cards alone, and this is the same middle deck energy, I would say finding something that you enjoy is good, but don't overindulge it. Find something that works for you, but also know your limits. Balance that give and take you have with yourself. And say it's a person, okay? Say it's like you have become reliant on, say your boss. Your boss helps you at work, or say you are the boss and you rely on your coworkers or your subordinates or whatever is going on to guide you throughout the day and do different things, different tasks. Say someone falls ill, a part of your team, and 2 of the people that they work with usually got sick as well. Now you have to figure out how you're going to take care of what needs to be taken care of without that help that you were reliant on. So it's like about finding that thing to lean on, but also knowing that it's okay to stand up on yourself, on your own, knowing when not to lean back and when it's time to get up. So 3 things I love most about myself today. Off the top of my head, I can say I'm very grateful for, I immediately thought about my friends because it's not about me, right? But it is. What are 3 things I love about myself today? I love how open and honest I am. I love that I say what's on my mind and I don't care who has anything to say. I care about their opinion if they do say it, but if they don't, they don't. I know I can control me, and that's it. I love my hair, which is drying right now, and you will not see. I love my skin, and that's it. I love myself. And to everybody, that looks different. It could be being more modest, or it can be being half naked. It could be fully nude. Maybe you're an OnlyFans porn star or something, and that's how you feel fulfilled. That gives you validation for yourself, not just from the outside validation. Like, what would you do if the one thing you relied on to feel happy wasn't a thing anymore? Think about it that way. Because this is about love. Ace of Cups. Something you do care about and love dearly, but you may be overindulging. I think you need to focus on outside things. As a whole, we all do need to think about outside things that aren't just specific to our situation. So say my mom, for example, doesn't like that I smoke weed. She didn't for a long time. Now she's come to the point where she realizes, well, she gets her shit done. She goes to work, she goes to school, and she smokes. So it's not as much as like, oh, you're not doing anything and you're smoking all the time as it was, because now she can recognize, okay, well, I do smoke to relax. I do smoke to chill. I do smoke as a hobby. I do smoke because I'm bored. I like to smoke weed. That's what I do. I'm a stoner. What can I say? But for some people, that might be a negative thing. But I think we all need to recognize everybody has their own individual ways to make themselves feel good. And with this last card, the Ace of Gardens reversed, this is about a specific thing, and I'll read it from the deck's guidebook. A specific thing that you're harnessing too tightly, holding it too tightly. It's like you're reliant on, this is the Ace of Gardens. Sorry, I literally barely use this. You can see it's like, I don't open this book. I don't read this deck often, so I'm trying to use it more. Like I'm trying to get back into the swing of things with readings because I'm like, I want to do stuff that I do care about and I do value. And I want other people to see, hey, this is what I'm good at. This is what I do. This is what I do normally. And this is what I'm going to do for you because I can. Anyway, this is reversed. So let me see here. Maybe they don't have reversals in this deck. They don't, of course. Anyway, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus energy here. The other deck, the other two cards from the deck came out were Cups, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio times 2 because there's 2 Cups cards. Anyway, those could be signs that resonate with you just off the bat. So the Ace of Cards represents the seed, essence, highest energy, or full potential of the earth element. So think about faith. I forget the exact, don't quote me on this. Faith the size of a mustard seed. You know, it takes only a little bit of hope or one seed to grow a whole forest, to grow a whole idea that becomes a movie, that becomes a movie series. Think about J.K. Rowling. I know there's beef going on with her and everybody right now, but when isn't there? Her mind came up with those stories that, I mean, literally guided a whole generation of people. I think it's still the top selling books ever, Harry Potter series. It all started with the seed. Someday she was like, what if I wrote about teenage wizards? And she did. So that's what happens. Once you have an idea and you follow through with it, it's more about doing it than it is saying it, you know? It's one thing to come up with the idea, theoretically, but to do it and apply it would be upright. Reverse, it's like something is hindering you from harnessing your full potential and doing what you want to do that makes you emotionally fulfilled. That's what it is. So as a collective, that's what I'm getting. And just to close, I will be getting these 2 cards because I like these decks. This is Backyard Blessings. There are authors. 40 Inspiration Cards by Lynn Arroyo and Wendy. I'm gonna butcher their names, I'm so sorry. Sapoa Bakuzi. Yeah, this deck is really cute because it's like, I like to sit outside on my backyard often, and it like is Backyard Blessings. I'm like, it's a blessing every time I sit back there. Anyway, that fell out fast. Luck. Luck is your card. Luck is on your side. There might be something transiting with Jupiter if you're Sag or Jupiter ruled placement. I think that's 9th house energy. 9th house ruled Sag or Pisces. It's also Pisces season. Jupiter, luck. Might just resonate with some people. The energetic grasshopper knows that good luck is found by those who jump at opportunities that come along. Get outside and follow your fate. Hop to it. It's really all about stepping up to the plate. Point blank, period. If you don't do what you want to do, it's not going to get done. And then you can be upset when it isn't done because you didn't do it when you wanted to do it. Now you can start where you are and go from there and hope for the best. That's all you can do in the first place. This deck is called I Am. I'm not sure who the author is. I threw out the box it came in because it was paper and I just would rather have little ponytails wrapped around it. It's just, I like that more, the little rubber bands and stuff, because I'm just like, I don't know, I like to keep things out, like, open, you know. I don't like the box stuff. No, I'm a Sag. But this is called I Am affirmation. I don't know if it's called an oracle deck or not, but I got this on Instagram for like $20, I'm pretty sure. This came out reversed. I usually don't read it reversed, but it came out upside down. You need to start eating healthy, point blank. It says I am healthy. Number 17 could be very relevant for some people. This is how the cards look, by the way. They look different depending on the card. This is I am healthy. I honor my body and I'm grateful for the work it does for me. I nourish my body through self-care. I rest when I need to rest. I eat nourishing meals when I need to eat. And I exercise when I need to exercise. I am healthy. It's not always about paying $200 a month for the gym. Sometimes it's about that extra 200 calories you don't eat because you know it's too late in the day and you're going to be upset if you're bloated tomorrow. I don't know. That came out. Maybe some people resonate with that or not. I, myself, am wearing a waist trainer as we speak, because I have my own issues with my bloating, so that could be something people might resonate with. Yeah. You never know what's going on underneath the surface. I'm healthy. Take care of your mind, body, spirit. Spirit first. That's how I think. Soul first, and the mind and body will follow. Once you align yourself, you will immediately in your gut know what is for you and what isn't for you. Sometimes it can be hard to distinguish between what's really going on in front of you, like the Eight of Swords middle part, energy of the deck that came out, based on what you're feeling. So like if you're seeing something going on that is not sitting right with you, but somebody told you to just be rest assured, but you have a gut feeling that it's not okay, trust that feeling. As much as you trust that person, that feeling is stronger. I swear to God, it will always be stronger. And just because I love this deck, I'm going to also do a closing card. I don't know what to call it. From the soul cards. I forgot who the author of this was also. But they have these in different colors. I have the white one. It says soulcardstarot.com. Oh my God. When I first got this deck, it still is so beautiful, but it like used to be gold. And you can see how much I use these cards because I use them all the time. Because you never know when you need some intuitive guidance, some psychic counseling, whatever you want to call it. As a collective, what does the collective need to know right now? Can I get one card? I'm also just picking up while I'm shuffling this. Okay, that came out. Yeah, that's weird. Okay, the Queen of Cups. I think because the first card came out about self-love, it's not so much a focus on, like, don't be afraid to be a little bit egotistical. Don't be afraid to be a little bit self-absorbed, because if you're not self-absorbed in yourself, who's going to be in you? You know, if you're not investing in yourself, who's going to invest in you? If you're not feeding yourself positivity and light and only being around negative people and saying for the sake of, oh, I need to do this and that, I need to go to work, I need to grind, I can't go out and have fun with people that are good for me and healthy for me, I need to be around toxic people all day for the sake of just doing it, you know? That's a choice. Everything is a choice. The card that came out is the Queen of Cups reversed. This is about someone that negatively is being affected by their emotions. I think it's about opening yourself up. Oh my God. This book. It thought it was just me, but it isn't, by Brene Brown. Yeah. I swear to you, I was looking everywhere for this book and it didn't come out. It didn't like popped up in front of me like on a shelf thing I had, like stack of books. I was looking, I'm like, oh, I need to read that Brene Brown. Like I felt it I was like, oh, I need to focus on vulnerability and just being more open and just feeling naked, you know, like feeling comfortable in my skin, like just being myself openly, honestly at all times. And this book came to me when I was like, oh, I don't need it that bad if I can't find it, you know? Anyway, this book, anyway, focuses on vulnerability. The quest for perfection is exhausting and unrelenting. It is. As a retired perfectionist, I say retired because I refuse to be a perfectionist anymore. I don't want to be. It's so important that we recognize nobody is perfect. As much as we want to be like, oh my God, to me, who's perfect to me? Nobody's perfect to me. Who I admire, like celebrity, like I literally can't. Like, okay, so like we'll say Rihanna. I love Rihanna. Rihanna's not perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know, everybody has their own flaws that they have to accept themselves. And if you don't accept it yourself, no one else around you is going to either. They're gonna see that you don't accept it and recognize that maybe they shouldn't accept it, because if you don't accept it, why would they? And then they see that same flaw in themselves, and that's how the cycle continues. But if you point out, hey, I love my big nose, I love my big forehead, I love my curly hair, I love my pale skin, I love my sensitive skin, I love my scars, my knees are fucked up from when I was a kid, and I would just be a badass little kid going down the fucking hills, scootering, like skating, all this stuff. My knees are scarred still. I have a rock still in my hand from prom weekend when I decided to go down a hill on my skateboard and I don't know how to use it, and the wheels were fucked up. It just wasn't a good idea. I was fucking around and I found out. Actions have consequences, but it's about loving that part of yourself, regardless. Like, yes, I do have a rock in my hand, but that little part of me is not going to make me hate myself, because who does that help? Who does that help by hating? Nobody. So the Queen of Cups reverse also discusses potential for manipulation. So there may be a female figure in your life, or it could be your own divine feminine within, the yin energy in yourself, that is hindering you. I feel it in my heart chakra especially, so maybe be around more green and yellow colors, green and yellow foods. Start saying yes more. Green means go, you know? Yeah. It's all about knowing what you need to do for you. Yes, you can take advice from outside sources, but at the end of the day, who knows you best? Maybe your doctor. Probably not, because you're not with you every day. You know your diet more than your doctor does, you know? Maybe an osteopathic doctor might be more a little up to date than a medical doctor, but it's still, you know, holistic or not. You know you, period, you know, better than anybody else does. The other card that came out is the Four of Pentacles that I want to close off with. It's okay to be selfish sometimes. I think we can all benefit by being a little bit more self-focused and less involved in other people's lives, you know? If we all focus on our own issues and insecurities, I think we'd see a lot less in other people. I know we would, actually. I know it for a fact, because I don't see that in other people as much as I used to, because I started thinking about what my own issues were. I don't have any judgments to make. Who am I to tell people what to do with themselves and their lives? I don't got my shit together either. As much as everybody wants to act like they do, in this economy, in this society, you definitely do not. Even if you do. Even if you think you do. Alright? So, I'll leave it on that note. Be nice to yourself. Take it easy. Only because the sun is setting and I wanted to use natural lighting for this reading. I hope you guys enjoyed this little thing I did. As soon as I said that, you saw that? Darkness. I hope you enjoyed this little reading. I'm gonna upload this right away, so it's out and about on the internet and the webs, so you guys can connect to your internets. Peace.